Thank you. Pag sinabing autism,
Yes po.
ito po ay pag-uusapan natin mga kabataan, no? Mga kabataan na madadala to hanggang sa pagtanda. Kaya kailangan natin i-rescue kasi akala ng karamihan yung issue na to ay yun lang. But actually, after you learn, after this health talk, hindi pala bago ito. Ito ay, Sir Mike, pwede pa close ng ano, sir? Ng door kasi nag-e-echo ako. Okay. So, ulitin ko, ang autism po ay hindi po ngayon lang ito na problema. Ang pinaka-history po nito, so, i-discuss muna natin kung ano yung history ng autism. Ulitin ko, hindi po ito ngayon lang. Kasi naririnig ko, ay, uso na ngayon ang autism. Uso na ngayon, hindi po ngayon ito. So let's start from the very beginning and from the very history of our topic tonight. So from the early 1900s, no, 1900s, has referred to a range of neuropsychological conditions. So, nung umpisa, early 19,000, no? Tama ba? 19,000. Okay. Autism, the Greek root of the word autism is auto. Ibig sabihin cell, no? Individuals with autism are generally withdrawn from social, emotional interactions, giving rise to the term. So pag sinabi palang autism, ito po ay self or individual withdrawn from social and emotional interactions. So number one na titingnan natin sa autism is emotional and social withdrawal. Okay? So ito yung pinaka history nung pinakaunang na inaral ang autism. So what is autism? It is an umbrella term for autism spectrum disorder. Yung tinatawag lang ASD, autism spectrum disorder, which is characterized by constant problems with social communications and interactions across a variety of contexts. So, social problem talaga. Withdrawn from social and emotional, no? Early onset emergence of symptoms, typically in the first 2 years of life. Nagmamanifest ang symptoms ng autism first 2 years. Okay? Repetitive, restricted patterns of behavior, activities, and interests. Okay? Symptoms that cause major impairment in social, educational, or the important areas of functioning. It is called a spectrum because of the wide range of symptoms and impairment levels of the children. Kaya siya tinawag na ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder. Very wide range of symptoms. Ang hirap nito because this is all about emotional. Okay? It is all about educational and social withdrawal. Some are only mildly affected by their symptoms, while other children are severely disabled. Ulitin ko, hindi po ito ngayon lang. Tagal ng panahon, meron na pong ganitong issues na autism. Okay? Autism, sorry ha, may mga pumapasok pa kasi. At ito yung a brief timeline. 1911, Swiss psychiatrist Eugene Bleuler first uses the term in reference to certain symptoms of schizophrenia. So, alam naman siguro natin yung schizophrenia. Pag sinabi schizophrenia, mahirap po yun. Okay, meron po yung 5 types. Okay? 1920s, is stealing from the belief that autism symptoms are caused by diet, including those high in gluten. Okay? Biochemical treatments are used, and diet supplements and restrictions are put in place for children with autism. So, 1920s, ang binigyan nila ng factor, cause, no, is including those high gluten, sa diet daw nila. Yun daw po ang isa sa cause, no? 1930s, iba-iba po study talaga kasi malalim po ito. 1930s, electroconvulsive therapy is first used to try to correct antisocial, self-destructive behavior. Though controversial, this type of treatment is still used in rare cases today. So, yung iba ginagamitan ng ECT, hindi to. Actually, ang ginagamitan ng ECT is yung mga schizophrenia na uncontrolled. Yung pag sinabing ECT, electroconvulsive therapy, ECT. Yun yung pag hindi naman yung neuropsychological impulse, hindi na sobra na. That's why, inaano dito ng, yung tinatawag na, ngayon helmet na parang helmet. So, ECT ang tawag doon para ma-control yung matinding neuropsychological impulse. Okay. In 1940s, autism is first used to describe children who experience emotional or social issues. So, 1940s, ito po yung nakita. Emotional and social issues lang. So, 1943, a definition for autism is put in place by child psychiatrist Leo Kanner. He describes autism as lack of affective contact, fascination with objects, desire for sameness, and non-communicative language before 30 months of age. So, ito yung mga inaral nilang. What are the possible causes? No? Marami pong mga pinagbabasihan. Okay, in 1944, ito yung si German scientist Hans Asperger detects a condition with similar afflictions that is now called Asperger syndrome in 1944. There is still believed to be a link between autism and schizophrenia. So, alam naman natin yung schizophrenia, di ba? So, it is a mental disorder, okay, according to Hans Asperger. 1950s, autism is falsely suspected of being caused by cold and uncaring mothers. Okay, so may factor ang uncaring mothers, no? Parentectomy or removal of afflicted child from his or her parents for long periods of time is utilized for treatment by a doctor in a study. So marami pong study yung ginagawa about autism. 1960, various treatments are tested, but there is still limited understanding of what helps the patients. Pain and punishment are still inflicted on children to try to correct antisocial behavior. So ito po yung mga ginagawa nila. The use of LSD is implemented as a serotonin inhibitor. Is believed that altering the patient's state of perception will help alleviate the symptoms. Okay. Kasi sobrang serotonin, sobrang happy hormones, binablock yun. So, ini-insist nila ng pain. That's why, titingnan nila kung merong improvement, no? So, yun ang ginagawa nilang mga studies, no? 1965, Bernard Greenland, an American psychologist, establishes the Autism Society of America, one of the first autism advocacy groups. Ito sila. 1980s, early forms of behavioral therapy are used primarily in the treatment of children with autism. Okay? So, pinapakita ko sa inyo yung mga studies, mga theory nila. 1980s, ito yun. And autism is finally categorized separately from schizophrenia. 1980, kasi before, autism is linked to schizophrenia. Diba yung dati, yung isang study. But 1980s is separately, finally categorized separate from schizophrenia. So, magkahiwalay talaga sila. It is totally different during 1980. Okay? Neurosensory therapy is in use as researchers and doctors begin to believe that sensitivity to auditory stimulation is responsible for some antisocial behavior. So 1990s, holding therapy in which a child is restrained and forced to perform various social reactions like maintaining eye contact is used. So 1990s. Today, the term autism spectrum disorder or ESD is used as specific tools for diagnosing the severity of a child's case are developed. Applied behavioral therapy and psychodynamic therapies are typically used to treat children with autism. Ulitin ko, autism sa ngayon is, it is a withdrawal, and not only now, it is a total withdrawal of emotional, educational, and social interactions. No? So ito yung problema at nag-ano po ito sa bata. Okay, 2 years, di ba? Before 2 years, 1 in 10 number of children with autism who also have Down syndrome or another chromosomal disorder. Okay. Age at which a diagnosis of autism is typically reliable. So, kailangan 2 years po talaga yung bata para reliable po yung pinaka-diagnosis. Most children are not diagnosed until they are 4 years old. So, depende sa bata, no? But actually, 2 years old po talaga ma-diagnose siya. But not all in 2 years old kailangan umabot pa yung 4 years old yung iba. Unfortunately, along with the more thorough understanding of autism, has come a boom of diagnosis and fear regarding the cause of the disorder. So 1 in 150 during 2002, 1 in 68 during 2010, and 120% increase in the autism spectrum disorder prevalence between 2002 and 2010. Mas lalo na po ngayon. So 120%, ang dami na pong cases, no? Autism today. Okay. Due to a more thorough understanding of the disorder and effective treatments for its symptoms, more children are getting the help they need to live more social, emotional, fulfilling lives. We now understand a lot more about the disorder and who it affects. Okay? 1 in 68 estimated number of children affected by autism spectrum disorder. For boys, the number is 1 in 42. Actually po, ang autism ay more on boys. Very rare po ang sa girls. Ha? Likelihood that a person will have a second child with autism if they already have one. So, possible pala. No? 2% to 18% likelihood that a person will have a second child with autism if they already have one. So, posible pala. No? Posible pala na kung nagkaroon ka na ng una na anak, pangalawa, posible din na magkakaroon. So, this is taken from the study, no? So, kaya pala, minamit po akong ganito. Kapag umpisa, okay? So, kung nakita nyo kanina yung mga different studies, anong pinagmulan. So, every years, no, may mga studies po na nag-come up sila. And then, ano po ba ang basis of ESD? Autism. Okay? Autism spectrum disorder. Number 1. Okay. Number 1 factor is genetic factors. Yung mga causes, kung bakit nagkaroon ng ganito. Ulitin ko, hindi po ito ngayon. Pero mas matindi na po ngayon. 2010 po is 120%. Now, I don't know kung gaano na kadami. Ano yung mga basis kung bakit nagkaroon? The genetic factors, maybe the most significant cause of ESD spectrum disorder, early studies of twins, and estimated heritability to be over 90%, no? Meaning that the genetics explains over 90% of whether a child will develop ESD. Okay. Actually po, kapag...
Patay lang ang Bluetooth card?
Kapag ganito, halimbawa, genetics, kung meron kalululuhan mo, nagmamanifest po yan. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng, ay wala naman kaming lahing ganito. How many generations ba? Hindi mo alam yung mga unang generations, hindi sa generation nyo lang nagmanifest. Kapag may lahi, posible po na yun ang isa sa factor. 90% po ang genetics, no? Number 2, a common hypothesis is an ESD is caused by interaction of a genetic predisposition and early environmental insult. Several theories based on environmental factors have been proposed to address the remaining ways. Posible po ang environmental insult. Okay? Kumbaga, depende din po yun sa May ko lang. Okay. Pag sinabing common hypothesis, no, pag sinabing environmental insults, ito yung, ano ko ba ipalihan ito? For example, yung radiation, no? Pag sinabing environmental insults kasi, how strong yung pinaka-energy, no? Energy source na nasa environment nyo. Isa po yun sa factor, no? Like for example, malapit ka sa source ng radiation. Okay, like for example, malapit yung bahay mo sa mga tower ng mga satellites, no? Tower mga satellites. It is also one of the factors that can cause autism. Why? Because of the strong and very strong energy source na hindi kaya po na maano ng katawan ng bata, lalo na yung brain. No? That's why ito po ang isa sa pinaka problema ngayon why tumaas po ang autism because of the radiations in the environment, lalo na sa bahay. Remember, one radiations, no? Yung 6 na phone within the home, inside the home, no?
Ano na cellphone daw, mami?
1.8. Ganon kalakas ang radiation na nagmumula sa ating phones. And then, the child,
na cellphone.
hindi pa nila kaya.
Ganon kalakas.
And then, ang nakikita ko ngayon, kawawa yung mga baby. 1-year-old pa lang, 2 years old pa lang, exposed na sa radiation. Pag sinabing environmental, yan no, interaction of a genetic predisposition and an early environmental insult. Pag sinabing environmental insult, how much strong yung source of energy within the environment. So, one of the factor is the radiation sa panahon ngayon, no? Isa po yun sa number 1 na cause of the autism today. Masyado natin in-expose ang mga baby natin sa tablet, sa cellphone. Kasi yun na yung pag-iyak ng bata, okay ko. And hindi natin namamalayan na tayong parent, tayong mismo sumira sa neurological functions ng ating anak. Hindi pa po nila kaya. Several theories based on environmental factors have been proposed to address very many ways. Okay, maraming mga basta ang environmental insult. This is how strong is the source of energy in your environment, no? Source of energy, matindi po ang energy, and it is a very bad energy, lalo na sa ating mga kabataan, yung radiation talaga. Okay? Epigenetic mechanism may increase the risk of BSD. Epigenetic changes occur as a result not of the DNA sequence changes but of chromosomal histone modification or modification of the DNA bases. No? Epigenetic, okay, meron pa din factor yung ating genes sa ating mga magulang. Okay, or ating lahi. Prenatal environment. Okay, the risk of ESD is associated with several prenatal risk factors. Why? During prenatal, some of the hospitals or any health facilities, no, gumagamit po like for palagi ka nagpapa-ultrasound, and they are using very high source of frequency. The energy. Remember, environmental insult. It is the source of strong energy na ang baby hindi kayang mag-withstand yung neurological functions nila. Okay? Including advanced age in their parent, diabetes bleeding, ayan. Actually, ngayon yung tinatawag na ultrasound na nakikita na 3D, di ba? Nakikita na yung baby. Actually, hindi ho yun ganun ka healthy sa baby, and the baby. Why? Because of too much frequency. Ang akala natin, nakikita na ngayon yung mga mukha, talog pala ng tiyan. We don't know. na ang effect pala nun ay sa neurological functions. Napakalakas po ng energy source for the radiations, no? Including advanced age in their parent. Okay, sa po ito sa factor, pag medyo may edad na yung magulang, may diabetes na, may bleeding, and use of psychiatric drugs in the mother during pregnancy. Meron po yung mga effect sa baby. Infectious processes. Prenatal viral infection has been called the principal non-genetic cause of ESD. Hindi ito genetic. Prenatal exposure to rubella or cytomegalovirus activates the mother's immune response and greatly increase the risk of ESD. Yung mga nagpa-prenatal, yung mga rubella, mga injections, and cytomegalovirus, it could affect the baby's brain function. No? So, kala lang natin, meron akong MMR. Okay. Moms, ayun kasi MMR vaccines. Okay? Once, during pregnancy, may mga MMR vaccines ka or cytomegalovirus, kaya nga MMR, it can affect, greatly increases the risk of ESD. So, yan po yung mga bases. Meron na namang nagsusulat-sulat. Siguro ayaw na yung topic. Okay? So, number 6, teratogens. Teratogens are environmental agents, okay, that cause birth defects. Some agents that are theorized are to cause birth defects have also been suggested as a potential ESD risk factors. So, teratogens. Pag sinabing teratogens, it might be sa mga iniinom natin, okay? Like yung mga nakikita po natin na diba yung iba? Merong nagsusulat-sulat na naman sa akin. Kung hindi ka, if you are not interested in the topic, pwede po kayo mag-out. Okay? Kasi hindi yung biro po na gumawa ng slide. Then, para sulat-sulatan mo lang dito. Okay, sorry po. Hindi yung ganun. Kadali. Siguro, if you are on my situations, hindi po ako natutuwa na may ganito. No? Kung hindi ka interesado, you can go out from the presentations. Okay? So, okay? Kung sino may yung nagsusulat-sulat. Okay. Nawala na to yung akin. Right. So, teratogens, for example, may mga ipinanganak na putol paa, hindi kompleto yung mga daliri, hindi kompleto, may bulag, okay. Those are all effect of teratogens. Pag sinabing teratogens, maybe because the mother nag-take ng pang-respiratory drugs, okay. During pregnancy, may sakit siya, and then meron pong drugs that can lead to defect ng baby. Ang tawag doon ay teratogens, no? So, isa po yun sa cause ng birth defects, no? Especially, meron siyang malaking potential risk para sa autism, no? And then, thyroid problems. Okay, thyroid problems, isa din po sa cause that lead to thyroxine deficiency in the mother in 8 weeks, no? Weeks 8 to 12 of pregnancy have been postulated to produce changes in the fetal brain leading to ESD. So, tandaan nyo, pag sinabing led to thyroxine deficiency, it means hypothyroidism. If a mother na nagbuntis ay merong ganito 8 to 12 weeks of pregnancy, have been postulated to produce changes in the fetal brain leading to ESD. Thyroxine deficiencies can be caused by inadequate iodine in the diet and by environmental agents that interfere with iodine uptake or can act as thyroid hormones. So, meron din pong factor pala ang thyroid. Lalo na during 8 to 12 weeks of pregnancy. May malaking factor that can lead to autism. Diabetes in the mother during pregnancy is a significant risk factor for ESD. At in 2009, meta-analysis found that gestational diabetes was associated with twofold risk, increased risk. So, yung mga diabetic na mother during pregnancy, yan yung tinatawag na gestational diabetes. So, isa po yan sa cause kung bakit nagkaroon ng autism yung mga bata. Lupus coeruleus. Yes po, Sir Alan, yes po. Go. Okay. Meron po kaso lang may sulat-sulat eh. Oh, sinusulatan kasi. During pregnancy, okay lang po kayo mag-screenshot, no? This theory hypothesized that autistic behaviors depend at least in part of developmental dysregulations that results in impaired functions of the locus coeruleus nor adrenergic system. Okay, ito ay meron pong malaking factor po ang hormones, no? Amygdala neurons. This is part of the pituitary gland. Sa brain natin, amygdala neurons. This theory hypothesizes that an early developmental failure involving amygdala cascades on the development of cortical areas that mediate social perceptions in the visual domain. So marami palang dahilan ang ating autism. So, kung ano niyo po ito, mayroong 10 dahilan. So marami po palang mag-iingat tayo kasi ito po pala yung mga possible kung bakit na-develop ng autism. So, symptoms of ESD. Okay? Pag sinabing autism, kailangan natin malaman ano bang mga symptoms. Okay. The signs and symptoms of autism spectrum disorder vary widely. As do its effects. Okay? Some autistic children have only mild impairments, while others have more obstacles to overcome. However, every child in the autism spectrum has problems, at least to some degree, in the following 3 areas. Number 1, meron po itong 3 areas na to, the speech and language, the movement, and, ito lang, may mga pumapasok po kasi, sorry ha. Okay, sorry. Paano ba ito? Na-admit ko muna sila. May mga pumapasok po kasi sorry po. Okay? So, okay. So, ang meron tayong titingnan is speech and language, movement, and social. Number 1, communicating verbally and non-verbally. Okay? Pag sinabing non-verbally, this is body language. Okay? Communicating verbally, kailangan natin kausapin. Relating to others and to the world around them. Ito yung mga i-consider natin. Right? May mga pumapasok pa, wait. Okay. Relating, thinking and behaving flexibly. Okay? Some children with autism spectrum disorder start to develop communication skills and then regress. Okay? Usually between 12 and 24 months, no? 1 year old to 2 years old. Ito po yung mga babantayan natin. Maraming iba, ang galing makipag-communicate sa umpisa and then biglang, ano nangyari? Okay? Nagre-regress. This should be taken very seriously, as a regression is a major red flag for autism. Dati naman nagsasalita siya, bigla na lang, ito na. Okay? Bakit hindi na siya nagsasalita ngayon? So, ito po yung i-consider natin, the speech and language, okay, the movement, and also the social interactions, okay? So, how to diagnose autism? Monitor your child's development. Tandaan nyo, first 2 years old ang pinaka-best to diagnose. But not all of the children na diagnose ng 2 years old. Kailangan pang umabot ng 4 years old. Okay, monitor your child's development. Autism spectrum disorder involves a variety of developmental delays. Number 1, social, emotional, and cognitive. Okay? Take action if you're concerned. Every child develops at a different pace. But if your child is not meeting the milestone for his or her age, or you suspect a problem, share it with your doctor. No? Don't accept a wait and see approach. Huwag talaga. Waiting is the most worst thing you can do. You risk losing valuable time at an age where your child has the best chance for improvement. Kasi habang bata pa, dapat agapan na siya. Mahirap po ito because social, emotional, and cognitive po ang pinag-uusapan dito. Napakahirap po itong i-manage. Okay, trust your instinct. Sometimes ang mga parents, binabaliwala lang nila. Even well-meaning doctors miss red flags or underestimate problems. Listen to your gut if it's telling you something is wrong and be persistent. So, early signs. Ito yung mga early signs. Okay? Nakulit kasi. Okay, 0 to 18 months. Ito yung mga early signs. Inability to relate to children or adults. Okay. May naglalaro, kunyari, dalawa, children or adults sa pareho. Hindi lang po sa children, but also to adults. Meron pong impairment. Okay. Sorry, kasi may mga marami pa pong pumapasok. Wait. Hindi ko alam kung paano ito. Wait lang. May ina-accept ko pa po, okay? Sorry. Okay. Inability to relate to children or adults, not only for adults, but also to children. Magtataka ka, titingnan niyo yung baby. Ulitin ko, 1 to 2 years old, kailangan makita na natin yung mga early signs. Kailangan makikita na natin. Kasi the best year to diagnose autism is 2 years old talaga. So, tandaan natin, sa umpisa, magaling sila makipag-communicate. During 1 to 2 years old, nakikipag-communicate sila verbally and non-verbally, but nagre-regress. Okay, yun ang tandaan natin. Pag dumating yung time na parang kakaiba tong batang to, kinakausap mo, gusto mo mag-join, hindi siya nakikipag-join. May sarili siyang mundo. Okay. Poor speech or lack of speech. Hindi po nagsasalita, no? Hindi siya makabigkas. Instead na sa mga baby, alam natin yan, 1 year old pa lang, medyo may mga ano na yan, may mga sarili silang words na hindi natin maintindihan. Kumbaga yung motor neurons nila, yung mga motor activities, yan, i-start na mag-develop. Pero itong mga batang ito, ay meron pong kakaiba. That's why poor speech or lack of speech. Ay, napapansin mo, ba't yung ibang bata nagsasalita na, tapos itong sa akin hindi, no? Inappropriate laughter or crying. Hindi po. Minsan tumatawa sila, hindi naman katawa-tawa. Okay? Inappropriate laughter or crying. So, wala namang nakakaiyak, iyak ng iyak. Okay? So, parang may kakaiba, no? Oversensitive or undersensitive to sound. Ito po ay isa po sa babantayan natin. Oversensitive or undersensitive to sound. Yung iba naman, konting ingay, nagwawala na. Yung iba naman, sobrang lakas ng ingay, walang pakialam. Okay, so yun yung titingnan natin, early signs, na kailangan i-rescue natin. Alright? And then, ano pa po ba yung ating titingnan? Inappropriate playing with toys. Okay? Kung makikita mo, ang mga toys na sinisira niya, okay? Yung laruan niya, parang ganito, tinutumba o sinisipa, meron siyang inappropriate. The way na maglaro sila, parang sa naisip na, parang kakaiba ito. So, dapat ang parents po talaga ay kailangan magiging, kailangan titingnan itong mga early signs. Difficulty dealing with changes in routine, no? Tuturuan mo, pumunta ka, dapat ihi ka, ganito, tuturuan mo, okay, magbihis ka, or may papagawa ka, hindi nila magagawa. Maari ngayon sundin, magagawa nila, sa susunod hindi na, wala na. So, hindi nila, meron lang difficulty sa mga routine na ipapagawa. Diba, usually tayo pag ang magulang, no, lalo na ang nanay, meron tayong tinuturo sa mga anak. Why? During the growth stage ng baby, meron silang nagdi-develop yung kanilang learning, no? Yung kanilang learning capacity. Especially sa mga bata, mga motor neurons, nagdi-develop yan, okay? kailangan natin tayo magulang, tuturuan natin mag-develop. Kaya lang ito, kahit tuturuan natin, hindi sila nasunod. Kakaiba yung kanilang ginagawa. Hindi sila, they are inability. Hindi nila magagawa yung routine. Tulad yun, pag-ihi, or pag, kung saan ilalagay yung mga dede, yung mga, mga biberon, yung iba sumusunod. These children, hindi po nila nagagawa. Oversensitive or undersensitive to touch. Okay. Over sa sound or pati yung touch. Nakailang kalabit ka na. Meron naman iba, kalabitin mo lang ng konti, matouch mo lang, galit na. Yung iba naman, kahit anong kalabit mo, hindi nila nararamdaman. So these are the early signs and symptoms of autism, 0 to 18 months. Ha? So ito yung mga titingnan natin. So the following delays warrant an immediate evaluation by your child pediatrician, no? Pag may napansin na po tayo, by 6 months, okay, no big smiles or other warm, joyful expressions. 6 months, bata, no? Bakit ganun? Hindi nag-i-smile. Diba, pag baby, kahit natutulog yan, okay, sa kanya iba. No big smiles, warm, or joyful expressions. Wala. By 9 months, no back and forth sharing of sounds, smiles, or other facial expressions. Wala. By 12 months, lack of response to name. Sabihin mo, tawagin mo yung pangalan niya, hindi po niya ma-distinguish. Minsan na-distinguish, minsan hindi. Parang walang narinig. Hindi niya kilala sarili niya or anong pangalan niya. No? It varies, no? Iyan ay 12 months. 1 year na, tatawagin mo na, Hoy, Pedro! Sometimes, naano nila, but most of the time, hindi nila kilala na sila ay si Pedro. Lack of response to name. By 12 months, no bubbling or baby talk. Wala. Yan po yung sinasabi. Di ba yung baby talk? Mga nanay, mga tatay, alam natin yan ang baby talk ng bata. Minsan tayo natatawa bilang magulang. So it is normal. During 12 months, it is normal na, ay, nagdi-develop na pala ng start. Sabihin mo, ba't yung anak ko nagsasalita parang in-check? It's normal for the baby, no? Nagdi-develop po ang kanilang brain. Okay, so 12 months siya na, baka naman 2 years old, nag-baby talk pa din. At yung hindi na po yung normal. Okay? So, 12 months no bubbling or baby talk. Hindi ba mahilig yung baby yung bro, gano'n? Gano'n? Sila wala. Alright. By 12 months, itandaan natin, no back and forth gestures such as pointing, showing, reaching, or waving. Wala. Wala silang ganito. Okay, by 16 months, no spoken words. Hindi talaga makapagsalita. 16 months. By 24 months, no meaningful two-word phrases that don't involve imitating or repeating. Okay? Tulad doon, papa, mama. Okay, by 24, 2 years old, hindi nila magagawa. Okay? So, hindi nila masasabi yon. So, by 24 months, ay dapat alam na yun. Kasi, 12 months pa lang po yung di-develop na po sa dapat yung the way na mag-talk sila. The beginning, baby talk. And then, 12 months, magkakaroon na sila ng mga spoken words, paunti-unti, kahit mali-mali. Meron na pong di-develop. But because of those factors na binanggit ko kanina, ito po yung kailangan natin bigyan natin ng immediate attention because our children ay kawawa po sila pag hindi natin ma-rescue yung kanilang sitwasyon. Okay? Lack of gestures in the toddler years. Okay? Autism warning signs. Okay? No bubbling by 12 months. So ito po yun ha. Failure to respond to name. Hindi nila, kahit tatawagin yung pangalan nila, hindi talaga. Di, parang walas nang narinig. Okay, kasi hindi nila alam na sila ay si Pedro. Okay, lack of normal eye contact. Hindi sila nakikipag-eye contact. Okay, wala silang eye contact. And then, repetitive movements. Paulit-ulit. Yung kanilang ginagawa, paulit-ulit. Okay. Hawak nito, yun lang. And then, no words by 16 months. Doesn't follow object or gestures visually. Kunyari, bibit-bit ka. Tawagin mo, Pedro, ito. Kunyari, mag-ano ka lang, yung may parang nagsasound na ganun laruan, tapos igaganon mo siya para sumunod. They cannot do that. Okay? Lack of smiling or laughing. Umingiti. Okay. Lack of interest in cuddling or being picked up. Ayaw nila yun. Kinakarga sila. Ayaw nila na kinakadal sila. Hinahag. Ayaw nila. Ayaw nila na kinakarga. Yung bipitin mo sila. Kargahin. Or ihahag. Ayaw nila yan. Any regression in verbal or social skills. Okay? So, ayaw nilang, may sarili nga mundo. Sila yun. Okay, so, nakakaawa yung bata kung hindi natin i-immediate rescue yung signs and symptoms. Okay, until sa paglaki nila, dala-dala nila. Kawawa kung hanggat maaari sa lahat na nakikinig ngayon, please, i-share po natin to sa mga kakilala natin. Para at least magiging aware, no? Maging knowledgeable po sila. Kaya pala. Okay. Signs and symptoms of social difficulties in autism. Sa social difficulties na. A person disinterested or unaware of other people or what's going on around them. Wala silang pakialam. Ang saya-saya na ng pamilya, ang saya-saya na ng sitwasyon. May sarili silang mundo. Ayaw nilang makipag-joy. Hindi sila aware kung ano nangyayari. Doesn't know how to connect with others, play, or make friends. They don't know. Prefers not to be touched, held, or cuddled. Tandaan nyo, ayaw nilang magpahawak, ayaw nilang magpakarga, ayaw nilang magpahabol. Ayaw nila. Doesn't play, pretend, games, engage in group games, imitate others, or toys in creative ways. Wala silang ganun. Has trouble understanding or talking about feelings. Hindi nila masasabi yun. Doesn't share interests or achievements with others. Drawings or toys. Hindi nila magagawa. Tandaan natin, ang autism ay yung kanina, sometimes, tumatawa sila, umiiyak sila, inappropriate. At itong batang ito, may tinatawanan siya, tawa ng tawa, tapos inappropriate, iyak ng iyak. Hindi mo alam kung anong rason, kung bakit siya tumatawa, wala naman siyang hawak. Okay? Basic social interaction can be difficult for children with autism spectrum disorder. Many kids on the autism spectrum seem to be prepared to live in their own world, aloof and detached from others. Nakakaawa. May sariling mundo. In short, ayaw nila. Kasi tandaan nyo, they don't want to be touched, held, or cuddled. Kahit magsasalita ka, isasali mo siya sa group, nakikipaglaro, they don't want. Wala po silang ganun. Tawagin mo, hindi nila ma-recognize kung sino ang paano pangalan nila. So, they prepared to live in their own world. Nakakaawa. We need to rescue. So, yun yung social, ang tawag doon ay social difficulties. Hindi talaga marunong. Common self, ito na siya. Common self-stimulatory behaviors. Ito. Hand flapping. Nakikita natin itong hand flapping. Okay? Nakikita nyo na ba yung mga bata? Nag-post ko ba yung video? Parang post. Nakikita niyo po yung slide? Parang nag-post. Nawala. Okay. Ayan. Nakita niyo na?
Yes, Doc.
Thank you, King. Wait lang. Okay. So, pag sinabing hand flapping, ito yung mga common self-stimulatory. Okay? Madalas silang ganun ng ganun. Okay? Hand flapping. Up or down, ganun lang ganun. Or kaya dito sa gilid, sa side, sa front. Yan lang yung ginagawa nila. Self-stimulatory behaviors. Rocking back and forth, parang ganun-ganon, back and forth. Spinning in a circle, paikot-ikot sila. Ayan. Finger flicking. Ayan. Head banging. Okay? Inuuntog yung mga ulo. Okay? Staring at lights. Moving fingers in front of the eyes. Mahilig silang ganun ng ganun sa mata. Okay? Flicking light switches, on and off. Mahilig yan ng ganito. Ino-off, i-on, i-off. Gustong-gusto nila yan. Okay? Pag nakita sila ng mga switch, ang gustong-gusto nila yan. Flicking the light switches on and off. Nilalaro. Repeating words or noises. So, yan yung mga ginagawa nila. Kung ano lang yung word na alam nila, yun lang paulit-ulit. Kaya nag-iingay, nag-iiyak, nag-isigaw. Yun yung mga self-stimulatory behaviors ng may mga ESD. Okay. So, ito yung pinaka-management. Okay. Educational interventions. Kailangan sa bata na pag na-detect natin na ganito, number one, treatment or management is educational interventions. Marami pong ngayon, facilities ngayon na nag-specialize sila with regards to autism. Marami na po ito. So kapag ang parents nakita na yung mga signs and symptoms, yung mga alam natin yung mga risk factors, kailangan wag po nating hayaan or pabayaan. Kasi kailangan natin silang dalhin doon sa mga experts, no? Dahil sila po, yung may mga experts na po dito, sila po ang makapag-manage dito. Best na makapag-manage. Remember, it is a brain functions. Okay? Yun yung pinaka-affected. Especially the amygdala, no? Medical management. Kailangan pong gawin to sa mga magulang. Okay? Educational interventions. Okay? Ang una, intervention is educational and medical management. Okay? Na ito yung pangalawa, educational interventions. Okay? Educational interventions, applied behavioral analysis, yung tinatawag na ABA. Okay, again, ito lang po ang dapat gumawa nito are those facilities po na experts with regards to this kind of health issues. Educational interventions, ito yung ABA. Applied behavioral analysis works to systematically change behavior based on principles of learning derived from behavioral psychology and encourage positive behavior as well as teaching new skills. So, yung mga experts alam nila gawin to. Okay? And then, speech therapy. Tandaan natin, hindi po sila nakakapag-salita. Okay? With licensed speech language pathologists, it's important in helping to improve a person's communication skills, allowing better expression. Some individuals with ESD are non-verbal. So, the use of gestures and sign language are useful. So, pwede kasi yan sa body language, no? Not only we can communicate through verbal communications, but remember, body language speaks more than verbal communications. Mas matindi po ang body language, ha? Yung gestures, mga sign language are very useful. So, kaya natin ito inaral para at least ma-rescue natin yung mga bata kasi nakakaawa. And then educational interventions, in occupational therapy, yung mga OT, used as treatment for sensory integration issues associated with the ESD, improves the individual's quality of life and ability to participate fully in daily activities. Meron pong mga, gaya sinabi ko, marami pong mga licensed OT, occupational therapy, para po ito sa mga ESD. And then physical therapy, to improve gross motor skills, and handle sensory integration issues, particularly those involving the individual's ability to feel and be aware of his body and space. Tandaan natin, ang mga ESD, they cannot recognize. Kahit yung touch, they're insensitive, they are, meron silang too sensitive and insensitive. Meron silang ganon. So, we need this physical therapy, occupational therapy, para ma-rescue. No, dahil hindi ho biro itong problema na to. And then, remember, it is a withdrawal of emotional, social, and cognitive. Napakahirap. Medical management, pharmaceutical treatment can help ameliorate some of the behavioral symptoms, including irritability and aggression such as risperidone. Actually, ito po talaga because block nila yung serotonin. Too much serotonin kasi itong mga batang ito. That's why meron kanina, 1940s ba? Ini-induce nila ng pain to block the serotonin. Medication should be prescribed and monitored by qualified physicians, of course. Stem cell therapy, meron na po itong ginagawa, no? Is a new effective approach in treating ESD based on unique ability of stem cells. Iba po ito, ha? Hindi po ito yung stem cells na, no? Okay, it is a stem cell from placental, placenta. Okay. Hindi sa placenta sa hayop, ito po ay galing sa tao. Okay, tao to tao. Stem cell therapy targets several aspects of concern, the immunity, metabolism, communication ability, learning capacity, and memory thinking. Okay, ito yung mga medical management. Improvements in ESD after the stem cell therapy. Ulitin ko, the stem cell therapy is not derived from the stem cell of the plants, not derived from the stem cells of the animals, but these are the placental stem cells from the placenta. Okay, better tolerate of different foods and improve digestion. So lahat po ito ay mga medical approach. Helping children with autism. Paano ba natin matulungan? Don't wait for a diagnosis. Di ba sabi nga, do not wait and see approach. Please. Don't wait for a diagnosis. As the parent of a child with autism or related developmental delays, the best thing you can do is to start treatment right away. Di ba yung kanina, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, yung mga signs na yon, alam natin yon as parents. No? So pag nakita natin yon, don't wait and see for diagnosis. Alam na natin na meron palang problema na ang isang baby. So, don't wait for a diagnosis. Kailangan mo, right away, gawin na yung mga management. Kasi importante yun. To rescue the children's situation. Stick to a schedule. Children with autism tend to do the best when they have a highly structured schedule or routine. So, especially pag dalhin natin sila sa mga facilities that are very, sila po yung mga experts sa ganitong mga situations, matuturuan po ang bata. No? Matuturuan sila sa kanilang routine, yung mga schedules nila. Reward good behavior. Actually, as parent, no, kung hindi natin kayang sa mga facilities, no, as parents, turuan natin mag-develop, kailangan hands-on ka, stick to schedule. Pag sinabi mong ito gawin mo, tuturuan mo, kailangan mo ng enough time para tutukan yung isang bata. Hindi mo ito madali. And then, kapag nagawa niya yon, then reward good behavior. Okay, naalala niyo po, pag nakita niyo po ba, every time yung mga trainers ng mga animals, mga birds, lahat ng animals, trainers, like sa mga dolphins, nakikita niyo po ba yung mga trainers? Lagi nire-reward. Napapansin niyo, sinusubuan lang yung pagkain, sinusubuan. Pag may nagagawa, and then papalakpakan, always reward. Okay. Positive reinforcement can go along with the children with autism. Laging positive, no? So make an effort to catch them doing something good. Pag may nakita, wow, lagi mo i-appreciate, lagi mo i-reward, wow, good job! As in, parang lagi mong i-appraise yung bata, no? Praise them when they act appropriately or learn a new skill. Lagi mong kailangan i-appraise mo talaga. Being very specific about what behavior they're being praised for. Baka naman, umiiyak ng bata ko, yung anak ko, dapat i-appraise ko ito. Dapat hindi. Yun lang, may mga something nagawa siya na kakaiba na, uy, marunong na siyang magbalik. Okay, put this doon sa ganito. Tapos nagawa niya, wow! So, i-reward mo siya. I-appraise mo siya. It can help sa development ng bata. Make time for fun. Okay, a child coping with autism is still a kid. No? For both children with autism and their parents, there needs to be more to life than therapy. Tandaan natin yan. More to life than therapy. Kailangan masaya ang environment. Importante po yun. Pay attention to your child's sensory sensitivity. Many children with autism are hypersensitive to light, ayaw nila, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Very hypersensitive. Figure out what sight, sound, smells, movements, and tactile sensations trigger your kid's bad or disrupted behaviors. Okay? It can trigger. Nagwawala sila. Kasi ayaw nila yung light, yung sound, yung touch, yung taste, and smell. They are very hypersensitive. Yung opposite naman, unsensitive. No? Wala silang pakialam. Sobrang lakas na ng light, wala silang pakialam. Sobrang lakas na ng sound, wala pa rin pakialam. So, create a home safety zone. Carve out a private space in your home where your child can relax, feel secure, and be safe. Ito yung meaning. Always unique, totally interesting, sometimes mysterious. Ganyan po ang mga bata na merong PSP. Okay? Actually po, tapos na po tayo. Alright. So, tapos na po tayo sa ating autism na topic. So, mabilis lang po ang autism. So, I hope na tonight may natutunan kayo. If you have questions, pwede po tayong mag-ask ng question.
Dok, magandang gabi. Question.
Okay?
Paano makakatulong ang Red Pine sa batang autistic o yung may sakit na autism?
Sa Red Pine kasi, meron po component na phenylalanine. Okay, phenylalanine. Okay, si phenylalanine is an amino acid component of the red pine that can able to cross the blood-brain barrier. Actually, I have ganitong issues na po. And, ano ba? Share ko lang. Okay. Yung tinatawag na phenylalanine. Si phenylalanine is an amino acid, is a component of the red pine that can able to cross the blood-brain barrier. Okay, pag sinabing cross, wala po siyang kailangang carrier, wala po siyang kailangan na guard, security, to cross the blood-brain barrier. It can pass to and fro the blood-brain barrier. It goes through sa ating mga neurons, sa ating brain. Now, it acts as relaxant, okay? And it can also, phenylalanine, it can balance the serotonin in hormones of a person. Yun yung pinaka number one na talagang nag-a-address with regards to autism. Remember, autism, sobrang taas po ng serotonin. Serotonin is a happy hormones. Serotonin is excitability, siya yun. And here comes the amino acids, phenylalanine. It can able to pass to and fro the blood-brain barrier. So pag inom mo, nakakalusot yan agad. And remember, not all drugs, not all supplement components, not all minerals, not all, ano pa ba? Other components, not all amino acids can pass through the blood-brain barrier. And the number one functions of phenylalanine is to balance and relax the neuron impulse, no? Sa ating brain. And it can also balance the serotonin hormones. Okay? So, ito po yung pinaka number one na component ng ating red pine with regards to autism. May autism cases na po ako nito, and I thank God, ang laki ng improvement. Nakakatuwa yung growth ng bata. Dati, walang response. Dati, laging nagwawala. Kasi they are very hypersensitive. Sa sound, sa light, sa touch, lahat ayaw nila. And then dati, hindi siya nakikipag-mingle, hindi siya nakikipag-join, may sariling mundo. And then, unti-unti, nakikita na, nakikipag-join na siya, nakikipag-eye contact na siya, and then meron na siyang interactions. Remember, autism is withdrawn, total withdrawn from emotional, social, and cognitive functions. So, ito po yung pinaka number one na component ng ating red pine, si phenylalanine. The amino acids that can able to pass to and fro the blood-brain barrier, it goes through the neurons at kanyang pinaparelax, and then inaayos niya yung serotonin level na too much sa isang pasyente. Okay? So, yan po.
Good evening, Doc. May tanong ako. Si G po ito.
Okay.
May apo po ako na she's 3 years old. Nakita na po namin na may autism, hindi siya nakikimag... Lahat ng diniscuss mo, may ganun siya. Pero hindi po siya maingay, basta naglalaro lang siya as ordinary, alone. Ngayon, paano po ang take ng kanyang, paano maibibigay sa kanya ang red pine?
Actually, pag baby, pwede po silang pwede nga patak lang. Pwede pong patak lang. Actually now, mas maganda yung red pine juice. Kasi pwede siyang ihalo sa water as juice. Naiinom nila. And
Pero nakukuha ka ng juice?
Of course. Mataas po ang tannin component ng ating red pine juice. Yun yung kaibahan. May nagtanong, what is the difference between the red pine juice and the red pine needle oil, soft gel? Sa red pine juice kasi, it is also concentrated, but the pinakamatindi pong component niya is the tannin. Okay. Tannin, it is very good for the nerves and also good for cancers. Ayun yung tannin. You can research. Si tannin kasi is good for liquid, not for oil. But the tannin is still the source of red pine. Pero mas effective siya with regards to liquid, not in oil. Meron ng oil but very few. Hindi siya ganun kataas. Only in liquid form. So, mas maganda siya ilagay sa, tapos ang ginagawa namin nun is yung red pine juice, lalagyan siya ng, papatakan lang natin ng red pine oil. At least 3 patak. It's good. Para lang makapasok sa neurons sa ating brain. Kasi it is, number 1 po is from the amygdala, no? Yung amygdala in our brain is affected. So, I hope na...
Thank you.
Thank you. Meron pa po bang tanong?
Hello, Doc.
Hello po.
Doc, how about sa adult, 30s na binata? Ang red pine needle oil.
Pag 30s, pwede na po mag 3 times a day, ma'am. 3 times a day po, pwede na po. Nasa 30s, kung nasa 30s na po, pwede po.
I mean, paano, kasi kung bata pa naagapan, as you said before, 2 years old, na pag may edad na po, adult na siya, is it that easy also with red pine or mas mahirap? Or same management?
Actually po, ang i-consider natin sa management. Why? Sa brain functions po ito, neurological. Okay? Neurological functions, it's the same thing with adult and babies. Okay? Yung neurological functions po kasi i-level niya yung serotonin, but hindi too much, no? Yun po talaga ang pinaka-best na component natin red pine is phenylalanine. Napakagaling pagdating sa autism, no?
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Doc.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, babasahin ko po ha. This is according to the clinical study of our red pine needle oil. Babasahin ko lang. Moreover, a late diagnosis of high phenylalanine levels is likely to increase the chances of autism. Okay. However, late diagnosis of high phenylalanine levels is likely to increase the chances of autism and related symptoms. Implementation of phenylalanine may improve ESD symptoms in those with elevated levels. So, this is according to the clinical study of our red pine. Phenylalanine may improve the ASD symptoms in those with elevated levels. Okay? So, yun po talaga napaka helpful po, no? Para sa atin na ito palang amino acids na to ay kailangan with regards to autism. Ang galing po ng phenylalanine para mag-improve yung kanilang mga symptoms talaga. So this derived, yung binasa ko po, derived po yun sa clinical study ng ating red pine needle oil with regards to autism. Okay? Okay, ito pa, babasahin ko pa. These molecules, this phenylalanine are involved in several aspects of health, including mood, okay, the brain functions, and the stress response. Tandaan niyo po. Ito po yung functions ng ating phenylalanine component ng ating red pine. Okay, really, no? Involved po talaga siya with regards to moods, regards to brain functions, and stress responses. Very, napaka-blessed natin, no? We have this kind of component, phenylalanine, in our red pine. Actually, phenylalanine is not only for autism, pero mas matindi po ang phenylalanine, the best treatment for Parkinson's disease. Okay? So, yun yung mga Parkinson's disease is brain functions din po ang affected. If the Parkinson's disease nga po na nakita ay na-encounter ko dito na matindi, galing pa po US yun. Ano pa po yung anak, parang nangiinsulto na sa Amerika nga daw, hindi po na-treat yung dad niya. How come daw dito? Sabi ko, ma'am, as per a clinical study of our product, we have the best treatment for for Parkinson's disease. You can research. The best treatment for Parkinson's disease is phenylalanine. Okay? Yung tinatawag na phenylalanine. Okay. At mataas po ang component ng ating red pine pagdating sa phenylalanine. Siya po ang pinakamatindi, nag-a-address ng neuron function sa ating brain. Okay? It relaxes and then i-stabilize na yung normal functions. Okay? So, yun po ang pinaka-best na component. So, any questions? Meron pa po ba tayong questions? So, ngayon, alam niyo na po ba kung anong mga causes? Ang dami pong dahilan. And then, year by year, ito, okay? Meron pong mga study. Meron pa nga pong study dito na ang isa po sa nag-develop, yung magulang, inilalayo yung mga anak during early stage, no? Nung wala sa magulang, hindi lumaki sa magulang, isa din po siya sa nakakapag-cause ng ESD. It is neurological functions talaga. Meron pong affected po talaga yun. Okay? So, yan o. Uncaring mothers. So, uncaring mothers, meron pong factors na nag-develop ng ESD, yung mga uncaring mothers. So, kailangan natin malalaman to. Matindi pa lang aral ng autism. Hindi lang po ito ngayon, ha? But long time ago, isa na po ito sa inaral ng different experts, no, na hanggang ngayon, mas dumami po yung cases. Why? Because of the environmental insults. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina. Due to environmental insults. Ito. Pag sinabing environmental insults, ibig sabihin, ulitin ko, the source, how strong is the source of energy in your environment. And this can also lead to radiation. Okay, mga mother, sa mga nakakarinig po ngayon, hanggat maaari po, ilayo po sana natin sa mga gadgets ang bata. Hindi pa po kaya ng neurological functions nila yung energy, no? Hindi ho ganun kaya, hindi pa kaya talaga. So napakahirap, tapos yung ginagawa natin ngayon, ini-expose natin sa mga gadgets. Nakakaawa. Kala natin, tali-talino ng mga anak ko, tali-talino. Tayo mismong magulang ang sumira sa magiging future nila. Okay? Ayok na may natutunan po tayo na hanggat maaari, hindi po magaling ang isang bata kapag magaling sa cellphone sa tablet. Yung neurological functions nila, very much affected. Nakalagay dito a common hypothesis caused by interaction of a genetic predisposition and an early environmental insult. Early, hindi pa kaya. 1-year-old pa lang, magaling na magpindot-pindot. Kaya minsan nakikita ko yung mga bata, pagtingin ko, pambihira. Hindi ako natutuwa sa magulang. Sabi ko, hindi alam ng magulang kung gaano ka-worse yung na-contribute nila sa anak nila. And then later on, magmamanifest na. Remember, not all children can be diagnosed at the age of 2. Some, nasa 4 years old na. So sa ginagawa natin, akala natin normal lang yun. O sige,
bawal lang mag-cellphone pala ang bata.
That's why, matindi na po ang cases ngayon sa autism. So sobrang dami na. Because of this environmental insults. Early environmental insults. Ulitin ko, ang early environmental insults, how strong is the source of energy in your environment?
Bawal lang
Okay,
mag-cellphone
remember,
ang bata. Nadinig mo
6
doon, sabi ng
gadgets,
doktor.
cell phones, inside your room can cook one day, equivalent to the radiation na sabi nga, pag natutulog, dapat ang cellphone is 6 meters away from you. Okay? Matindi po ang nangyayari. Sa susunod, magiging topic ko ang radiation. Actually, before, during my engineering, PCE, sa engineering namin, ang aming pinag-aralan is about frequency because it is a communications. Electronics and communications engineering. Okay. Inaral namin kung gaano katindi yung frequency at yan po ang pinanggagalingan ng source ng ating mga signals sa ating phone and how gaano siya ka-harmful with regards to our health. Hindi ho ganun kadali. Siguro next time, magiging topic ko about radiation. The frequency. How does it affect our human health? Especially sa brain. Kaya ang dami na pong may sira ang mata, may sira ang mga tawag dito, pandemic, okay? Yung ating cell nag-deteriorate, okay? Because that too much frequency, bad energy we get from radiations. Kaya enjoy tayo. Sige, enjoy. The more you are exposed to environmental insults, the more you will get cancer cells. Okay, next time, magiging topic ko ito soon. And hindi ho ganun kadali na inaakala lang natin yung cellphone na to ay safe sa atin. So that's why there are a lot of things na nagde-develop yung iba to block the EMF, the electromagnetic frequency, but the main thing is how reliable it is that can able to block that frequency and it can transmit to our human cell. Kung nadamage ng human cell, how much more the brain cells? No? Number 1 is the brain cells affected ka na. So, yan yung nakikita ko ngayon. Most common causes of autism is due to early exposure to environmental insults.
Wala daw dyan ako mag-check kung sabi dito.
Kung may kakilala po kayo, or kung kayo mismo, nasa inyo na po yun, no? Ito yung mga bases ng ESD. Kailangan po, kaya iba, ang galing-galing, ay, lagi akong palagi akong pa-ultrasound. Remember, it is also, ultrasound is also using frequency. It has EMF. If you are exposed, too much exposed to EMF, then what will happen? Diba, tingnan na lang natin kung how harmful yung ating frequency, yung EMF. Diba, during X-ray, kailangan takipan pa nga ng yung ibang part. Why? Para hindi ma-affected because it is a very strong. It can harm our health. Tapos tayo, nilalang lang natin yung gadget eh. Nilalang. Tapos, isang inis na inis ako sa mga magulang. Na talagang sila pa mismo, ano mo yung mga cartoon. Ito nakakaawa. They don't know how harmful yung ginagawa nila sa baby. Yung neurological functions nila is not yet developed. Ito ka, nag-introduce ka ng nakaka-damage lalo. So what will happen? Ay, ang galing-galing na anak ko. Dibing-dibig, parang napumindot. Kala mo lang yun. So beware. Yan po ang nakikita ko now kung bakit ganun katindi ang cases ng autism. So these are the factors, the basis of ESD. Mayroon pong 10, ha? Teratogens, yan, thyroid problem, diabetes, locus coeruleus, ito po yung sa hormones, okay? And amygdala neurons. Hindi ho ito madali. Okay, so I hope na you learned tonight. If you don't have any questions, sa mga member na po ng ating Infinite 9 Civil Science Company, you can still stay for our system familiarization. Para at least hindi po tayo malito. And then, lagi kong sinasabi dun sa ibang leaders, please, pakisabi dun sa mga members nyo because this time, kailangan magiging responsibly po tayong distributor. Kasi ngayon ay hindi po, kailangan po natin ng part, cooperation natin. Kasi remember, negosyo nyo to. Negosyo natin to. Hindi to negosyo ko, kundi bawat isa sa atin. Ito yung isa sa way na ginamit tayo ng Diyos to be a blessing to others.
Hindi pala totoo
And
yung
then,
iyasi.
paano tayo magiging blessing to others if we are
Ay,
irresponsible?
kaya.
No? Kung hindi tayo responsible, how to become a blessing to other people, especially sa ating company, ang ating hinahawakan ay produkto para sa pangkalusugan.
Saka sa eh.
Magiging responsible po tayo. Kasi,
Frequency.
dahil na sinabi ko, kung hindi po tayo mapagkatiwalaan sa maliit na bagay, how much more sa mga malalaking bagay. No? So, in that way, no, makikita ng Diyos, gaano tayo ka-responsible sa pinasok natin. Talaga bang gusto kong tumulong sa kapwa ko? And again, hindi ho masamang tumulong sa kapwa. Hindi ho masamang tumulong sa kapwa. Kailangan masaya po na tumulong tayo sa kapwa. And again, hindi po tayo effective tumulong